Hello, I'm going to talk you through a little ZX Spectrum string printer from Jonathan Caldwell's book, How to Write ZX Spectrum Games, and using control codes with the a string printer routine in the ROM. I've only just found out it's there, plus being aware about it. There's RST16 that can be used to print single characters and use the same control codes at and print positions and color codes, but it does one at a time, and you would have to form a loop to keep doing one character at a time. But good old Clive Sinclair gave us a string printer in ROM, and there it is, address in ROM. So here's some assembly. And basically it's saying load a accumulator with value 2 and call this ROM routine, which opens up the upper part of the screen, the main part, not the lower part where the input. That's channel 2, that's channel 1, I believe. So we're going to position ourselves in this area. Now, when I loaded this program in, I want to print two messages, which is hello you. And even though I've stored I'm just for the demonstration, put my string printer address 50,000, I'm putting all my messages from 60,000 onwards and writing them out with where we're going to print out on the screen. So hello, for all its 5 character codes that you'd have to put in, but you see the letters there. You still need 3 more. I'm going to print out 2 on the screen up here. And when we come round again and alter this to point to that area, we're going to print on the next line down U. And we have to tell it where it's pointing to and the length of bytes. And we see that here. Loading, after we've opened up the channel for the part of the screen we want to print on, we'll load up DE with the address of the first message. That's your hexadecimal. Of course, when you do it the other way around, the low byte, high byte, low byte first, then high byte. So it points it to where the first character, here, it's looking at that. So it's going to be told it's an at command. And you're to run through 8 bytes. And then once it's finished 8 bytes, then it counts BC down to 0. It's done them. You'll be out of this routine and onto the next line, return back to wherever you were entered from in the first place. And if that was from basic, it'll return you to basic. If it was a call from another machine, part of the machine code program, it'll return back. That's functioning like your go subs and returns, exactly the same. The similarities. So we've ran this once and it's printed hello at 2, but we haven't finished, have we? We need the remaining message. So we're going to have to tell this to point to the new location. So in machine code, you will this will return back to wherever it was called from, and then you'll poke it again. I need message 2 printing. Well, I know where it's going to go. So I'll point DE, I'll poke DE to the new address. Sorry, I haven't done the hex. That's something for you to do at home, boys and girls. Point it to there. It's shorter this time. It's got the 3 bytes for location. It's only 3 characters. It's 6 bytes. This time, for some reason, I wrote 8. Mr. Dyslexic, whatever the hell I am, but new glasses. Just blame the glasses. Okay, it's 6 bytes. So then it gets told where to print it and what you're printing. Plonk, there goes on the screen. So the best advice when it comes to constructing your machine code programs and your games is to sit down and think, well, what do I actually want to print on the screen in terms of text? Obviously, think words like score and high score and lives, things like that. But you'd also want you know, the name of the game at the header page, and pick your options. You're playing with joystick, keyboard, redefine your keys. Yeah, you're going to have to map all these things out ahead and then pick apart the memory and say, right, all my messages are held in a particular location in memory. I know where they are, and I know how long each string is or that I want to print. And you define yourself a message map, as it were, these defined messages. That's literally just saying where that resides in memory. The message I want to print is there, and that's just a convenient term. It's a message, defined message, but it really means I'm locating that string at that address. It doesn't have to immediately follow your string print. It could be anywhere because you're telling DE where to look at and how long it is. Let that do the printing for you under the control codes, just as you would in BASIC. They're in the book, Appendix A or whatever. All the color codes and everything. Just like you'd use character string commands, you know, in BASIC. There you go. So that's a little powerhouse of a string printer. Thank you, Jonathan Caldwell. Catch you later.